Now that you guys know that I am officially a T-Mobile customer and no longer with AT&T, this is not really an unboxing since it's already been opened up inside the T-Mobile store. So I'm just going to show you what is contained within the packaging for the T-Mobile Touch Pro 2. You have a little message here saying enjoy, kind of reminiscent of all of the Apple packaging. Then you have the device itself nestled right here inside of a white foam pad. All right, we're going to sit this off to the side and take a look at everything else. There's going to be a compartment inside the front flap that contains other additional items. The items contained within the front flap happen to be the screen protector, some software that I of course do not need since I still rely on Missing Sync for all of my Windows mobile devices, a bag that you can use to place the device inside and ship off whenever you need to recycle it, a getting started guide for first-time users with the Touch Pro 2. Then you have warranty information included as well. Then you also have a reference point for some tips and tricks to make the usage of the Touch Pro 2 that much easier. Then you have some software licensing information from Microsoft. Okay, we can now move on to the accessories that are located beneath the bay for the phone itself. As you can see, the leather is not of high quality at all. It's basically a cheap pleather material that has a magnetic clasp for closure. And there is no belt clip on the back of it to be able to carry it on your waist. The component that we have here is the dongle adapter for the Touch Pro 2. This is the mini USB connector that goes to the bottom of the phone itself. And this is the main body that houses 3 different ports for connectivity with any sort of accessory. The proprietary HTC mini USB port, a 2.5mm jack port, as well as a 3.5mm jack for all of your regular standard headphones. At the bottom of the dongle, you appear to have another mini USB port, but what makes this different is that it appears to be for charging only. As you can see, you have the USB symbol as well as an adapter plug symbol beneath the port. And I believe that this could be an indicator light of some sort next to the port. Like with any stock HTC headset, they connect to the device through the mini USB connection. Your typical earbuds that go in either ear for listening. And then you have a handy call button feature with a built-in microphone to be able to handle all of your calls through the headset while you're listening to music. This Touch Pro 2 is equipped with a battery that is rated at 1500 milliamp hours, which is very good for a Windows mobile device and typically tends to be enough for a day of moderate to heavy usage at least. And now this brings us directly to the device itself, the flagship of T-Mobile, their version of the HTC Touch Pro 2. Now that I have both the unlocked European version and the T-Mobile version side by side, you can see that there are some physical differences between the two models. The European unlocked version of the Touch Pro 2 appears to be much slimmer than the T-Mobile version, since it has a lot more curvature in its overall shape, and it also has a chrome ring around its front face. You have the T-Mobile version, which does not have a chrome ring around the front face and appears to have more of a boxy shape to it, with hardly any curvature at all. The European version has a front-facing video camera, while the T-Mobile version does not. Another physical difference for the Touch Pro 2 from T-Mobile happens to be access to your SD card. Instead of having to take out the entire battery door to access your SD card, you only have to access the port that is on the left side of the phone. which is very convenient. You have your typical volume rocker keys on the left side above the micro SD card slot. And then at the top, you have your ubiquitous power button. On the right side, you have your secondary microphone. And then next to that secondary microphone happens to be another feature that I have not seen in quite a long time. A most convenient reset button that will surely come in handy for any sort of unexpected freezing mishaps with the device. At the bottom of the device, you have your primary microphone, as well as the mini USB port that's used for connecting the headset or the USB cable for PC connectivity or attaching to the AC adapter for charging. You have 4 physical tactile buttons at the bottom of the main screen, just like on the unlocked version. But the main difference between the two versions is that this button here is a home button, whereas on the unlocked version it is a Windows logo button that takes you to the start menu. Now, the unlocked version tends to reflect a look that is very metallic due to the gray plastics here. And then the one thing that you will also see is that the speaker grill appears to be some sort of a ring with the way that it's built. The T-Mobile version, on the other hand, has more of a mocha-colored battery door that has a T-Mobile Faves logo at the bottom with the circle. The speaker grill, instead of being a ring like on the unlocked version, you have more of a square on the upper part of the battery door, which houses the mute button as well as the camera lens. One great feature for the camera on the T-Mobile version is that the battery door also includes a clear plastic window that protects the camera lens itself. Now, the unlocked version, on the other hand, does not have a clear plastic window built in on the battery door. It just has a hole cut out for the lens itself, which makes it a bit more vulnerable to dust particles and any sort of damage. On the lower right hand of the device, you have your stylus that is ubiquitous with most Windows Mobile smartphones that have touch screens and sliding QWERTY keypads. Last but definitely not least, we have the sliding QWERTY keypad on the T-Mobile Touch Pro 2, as well as the tilting screen on the device. Works exactly the same as the unlocked version. The sliding mechanism appears to be very solid, just like on the unlocked version. And the QWERTY keypad itself appears to have a foundation that's mocha colored, while the buttons themselves are tiny islands that are in black. You have 2 indicator lights up at the top of the QWERTY keypad for your caps lock or your alt key lock. The one thing that makes me very happy and pleased with T-Mobile is that they are the one carrier that has stayed true to the unlocked European layout with the dedicated number row as well as the control key. Now, for those of you who do a lot of emails and texting and a lot of Word document editing, you know just how handy the control key can be. The typing experience on the T-Mobile Touch Pro 2 is exactly the same as what I've experienced with the unlocked European version. So there is no difference there. The tactile feedback is exactly the same. The width is exactly the same. So you lose nothing in regards to having a great prolonged typing experience with this particular smartphone. This model for the T-Mobile network is still running Windows Mobile 6.1 instead of 6.5. I did go online to the HTC eClub website to see if there was a download for the 6.5 update, but I had no such luck in doing so. So for right now, I am stuck with using the old 6.1 version with this particular smartphone. 6.1 is not really a bad thing to have to use day in and day out. As long as it's functional, that's all that matters. Now, another thing you guys should know about the T-Mobile Touch Pro 2 is that it does have 3G, but only for the frequency which runs on the T-Mobile network at 1700 megahertz instead of the 850 and 1900 on AT&T. For the past couple days that I have been using this phone as my main device on the T-Mobile network, I've noticed that coverage for 3G has not been that much different from AT&T at all. I still have the dead zones within my own house, but they happen to not be too bad to where I end up having drop calls with T-Mobile inside my living room or my bedroom. The voice quality is exactly the same as what I experienced on the unlocked Touch Pro 2. With all of that being said, I am hereby very excited to be a T-Mobile user, and I will also look forward to continuing. Oh wow, a text message just came in. I will continue to look forward to reviewing more unlocked SIM card devices for all of you guys to let you know what I think about them. And that's basically it. With all of that said, you guys take care and stay safe.